Good morning, family. So yesterday I saw this video of this girl saying, she was asking this pastor, she was like, if God loves me, why would he send me to a place where I'm doomed to be punished and to suffer for eternity, right? And the pastor said, when you choose to be away from God, you're choosing to suffer, because anything, if God ain't got his hands on it, right, it doesn't prosper, it doesn't grow, it's no life, it's darkness, right? Wherever God is not, it's darkness, it's misery, right? And we learned that from the book of Adam and Eve. When they left the garden was part of heaven. When they was in the garden, they had everything, they was happy. They didn't know darkness. They had never seen darkness before, right? They had never experienced hardship. They had never experienced anything bad. But the moment they got out of the garden, the moment they separated from God, that's when all the bad things started happening. So he was telling her that the moment we decide to be away from God, right, to be separate from him, we're going to experience bad things, right? And I just want to say, hell wasn't created for us. If you read the book of Enoch, you'll notice that God says hell was created for the fallen. Just like the flood was created for the giants, for the spawn of the fallen. So when God makes these like he made the flood and hell, he's not making them for us, right? He made it for the fallen and their children. But when you decide to follow the enemy, you're choosing to go where God has destined for him to go. You can read that in Revelations 19, I believe, 19 or 20. It says, all who follows the dragon and the false prophet will go to hell. So if you're choosing, that word, we talked about that earlier today, it's a choice, right? You can either choose to go to heaven and to follow God and to follow his laws, or you can choose to go to hell and follow the devil and follow what he do. But it's all a choice, and it's you who are making the choice. So it's not God that's sending you there. You're sending you there because you're choosing the devil. But it seems like what I've noticed is that we want to follow the devil because he's fun, quote unquote. He's fun, but we want to still be able to go and live in paradise with God. And it can't work like that. You can't have both. I know the world tells you you can have your cake and eat it too, but that's not true. That is not true at all. You can't have both. You gotta choose. And if you can't choose, you're telling God you already made a choice. Not choosing is just as bad as just going ahead and making a choice. He consider a person that can't choose lukewarm. And he says you're worse. Okay? He says you're worse than someone that has chosen the devil. Ain't that crazy? You're worse because you're trying to play both sides. You trying to walk the fence, dabble a little bit over here and a little bit over there. He said you're worse than a person that just chooses the devil, because you can't choose. Right? So life is all about choices. So we got to choose, right? And God sent me to Deuteronomy 8:5, and it says, know then in your heart that as a man disciplines his son, so the Lord your God disciplines you. Okay? So God is letting us know that the reason why he ain't out here killing us, right? He's just disciplining us, right? Just like he tell you to discipline your child. He said, if you don't discipline them, you go spoil them. And if you spoil them, right, they go act like that kid that just felt like he was entitled to things. He wanted his inheritance, and he went and he spent all his inheritance on people who didn't care about him. Then when he was poor and didn't have nothing, those same people he spent all his money on didn't give 2 cares about him, and left him eating pig food. Right? So God disciplined us to correct us, to lead us in the right direction, because he wants us to live a long life. Right? And Proverbs 15:5 confirms that, right? It says, a fool spurns a parent's discipline, but whoever heeds correction shows prudence. Okay? So once you gain that discipline, okay, because that's why God disciplined us, so we can have discipline, right? Because when you dabble in a lot of stuff, when you start just putting anything in your body, it'll make you sick, right? And God don't want you to be sick, right? So he tried to show you how to have discipline so that you don't make yourself sick, right? I like to think of the way we act. It's kind of like, I notice with my dogs, it's like when I go to take them for walks, they be ready to just eat anything. I've been thinking about trying to get them a muzzle, right? Because every time we go outside, they want to just eat anything they see on the ground. They don't care if it's going to make them sick or not. They just want to eat it. And that's how we are. We just be trying to put any and everything into our bodies, our spirits, our mind, not caring if it's going to make us sick or not. And so God is like, me as a parent, I don't want you to be sick, right? Because when you love your children, you don't want them to be sick. So he's like, I'm going to discipline you when you do something wrong, and then he rewards you when you do right. God is not looking for us to be perfect, right? We're going to make mistakes. Abraham made mistakes. David made mistakes. Everybody has made mistakes. He's not looking for us to be perfect, right? He just wants us to do the right thing, right? And when we follow him and do our best to follow the laws, right? Study them and follow them, we become good people. And that's what he wants, us to be good people that do the right thing, right? So I just want to show that, God is just a parent. And how we love our children, how we discipline our children and try to lead them in the right way so that they don't get hurt, so they don't get sick and have a horrible life. That is what God is trying to do for us if we allow him, all right? So I hope this message brought some clarity to somebody so that they can start building a better relationship with God. I love you, family.